Hello everybody, welcome to Tuesday. Great to be with you on this Tuesday morning and chat to you about what the story is with regards to the vaal, and it's the vaal main track, the outside track that we're on today. Reminder that we're on Twitter, the information's up there at Weighted to Win, or the WhatsApp number that you can engage with us on 0691643272. And also we've got some YouTube action and all that other stuff that's in there. Daryl Marie's with me to talk about this card. So let's firstly talk about the weekend at Scottsville Meet at the weekend. Wasn't that just fantastic racing?
Unbelievable.
Sean Terry hit them out the park, eh?
A lot of people went into that meeting with doubt because we know Scottsville can throw the upsets, especially in those juvenile races. But
how did those favourites romp?
Yeah, beautiful. Bookies must be hurting, Clyde.
I heard some got, I heard it wasn't, because you just parole because everything won.
I think they left the
There was no letdown. There wasn't a disappointment. That one was of
Winter Cloud.
Yeah, that was the disappointing one, I suppose, of the lot. If there was something to look back at. Times-wise, I know you said to me, you said something about who was the fastest time of the full 1200s, eh? Was there not one?
No, Princess Keller was the quickest.
The fastest. Was she the fastest of the 12?
I'm sure, yeah.
Was she? Okay. Because it's interesting with times, you look, when you try to compare 1200 to 1200, the two of those horses, they were like Lucky Lad and Mrs. Geriatrics. They were standing up in the irons.
Yeah.
With 50 meters to go. So I don't know how times are, how do you read it when they're slowing them down the last 30, 40 meters in comparison there to. But anyway, that's the weekend. Now let's talk about this bipot at the Vaal, where we hopefully, or aren't we, banking Sean Terry's French Duchess?
No, we're not banking that, Clyde.
Okay, what
we're actually banking Vivacious Vicky.
All right.
Let me just touch on him. I thought there's a below par. Well, I think the connection is expected more from him on debut, but he was dropped out from a poor barrier position and he angled towards the outside. So I believe they were willing to put a line through that effort. Last time out, much improved effort, showed more pace. Clyde, there is a winner from that form line in Open Highway. I know you want to work rider race, but he's a very nice horse. And the winner could be anything. Ambram, she clocked a very good time on that occasion. He's at the 2 runs. I'm confident enough in banking me in the bipot. French Duchess, now she put up a cracking debut. She showed a fair amount of pace, and then she tried to make a run, and she got squeezed and taken out at a crucial stage of the race. She would have finished 2 lengths closer. So that's a very decent effort. She gets her 2.5 kilogram sex allowance. Very worried about the form line though. A few of them have run in the next starts and finished unplaced. So that's the reason why I'm favouring number 10 over 11. Yeah,
the form line hasn't really worked out with French Duchess, so it's our Vivacious Vicky's our play. Here's our bipot for you. We'll put that up. We bank a 10 by bank a 7 by 1 and 8. And Daryl, the last 3 legs, you also got a bank of 3 at the back there.
That's correct, Clyde. And just with regards to the times, give me a Princess time was quickest on the day.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean on Scottsville? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, the times I don't know, because those 2 juveniles, they were easing up the last 50 meters. So I don't know how accurate we need to read into it. Yes, it is. The bipot, Vaal. Let's get the money. Second race on the card is the maiden juvenile plate. It is over 1,000 meters in this race. There are 13 of them at this stage. As we record this on Monday, that will be lining up. And the market's got the source No Filter top of the boards for David Nevenhuizen, even money favourite. 7-2 bar the 1. Asked Daryl Marie a bit about Filter. No Filter. He's had a few starts already to date. And I just want to know what you make of the horse from David Nevenhuizen's yard.
Clyde, there's no doubt her last start is her best effort to date. That Chili Moon form line hasn't been working out, and then she showed an exceptional amount of pace in her later start over the 1200, beaten by a filly who could be above average. Comes back in trip, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Racing experience on her side, so of the race runners, I think she's certainly the one to beat. I can't see any opposition of the race runners. I'm battling to find who the actual danger is. So if she's going to get rolled, in my opinion, it will be by a first-timer, unraced horse.
Which one, the Azzy or the Pettigrew one?
I actually don't know. I can't say.
Is there no comment?
No.
You don't get comment?
No. Yeah, Clyde, follow the market with regards to the first timers, but I'm happy enough bankering in the bar pots and the PA.
Is it good enough? Okay. Bank of the Barpots, PAs. We're happy with that. Here we go. Let's do that. We're going with David Nevenazen and get this one home for him. No filter to at least run in the first two for us. Place accumulators naturally first three. And that's the plan. We've got a banker later on in the third last leg of the PA. We're bankering number 1 on the card, Thunderstone, and then we're bankering the 7 at the back in this place accumulator. Well, Daryl is anyway. He says nothing else matters in the last race. Well, yes, an interesting race coming up. The third, it's the start of the pick 6, and this is a maiden class field. It's run over 1,200 meters. In this race, the 10 has been taken out, so make a note of that. That's not going to be running Great Barrier, so leave you with the field of 11 runners. Doesn't affect our play too much because Law of Success, 18-10 favourite, the 1 on the card for Paul Matchett. And there's also Tuena, number 8, Stewie Pettigrew's runners at 5-2. Then it's 7-1, bar the 2 of them. So let's talk about perhaps the race in terms of what you like. Maybe let's start with Tuena. I mean, the run to that Simply Magic form line was fancy. There was money for it. It was favourite, but it seemed to let the team down.
Put a line through that start. If you watch that race, Clyde, she was actually travelling better than the filly that beat her in Law of Success. Number 1. Now, she got beat a neck. Duena got beat, 8 lengths? So, on paper, she's got no chance of reversing that form. But if you watch the race itself, going through the 400, in my opinion, Duena was travelling better than Law of Success. So, but for that interference, I have to say that she would have beaten Law of Success.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to put a line through that start. She's much better than that. Her debut was a fair effort. It was over 1,000 meters. She only got into the race very late. Glitter Fox won from there. Having her third run, I expect her to reverse the form with Law of Success. And I expect those two to fight it out for. So for me, 8 from 1.
Okay. So it's a match race. They're back in the same. They compete again, and there are reasons why Tuena ran where she ran. They closed her up when she was making a run, full of running at about the 400 meter mark, so she lost that necessary momentum. And I see Keegan DeMella is now the rider. Let's have a look at the selections for this race. And Daryl's going 1 and 8 in the pick 6, just to make sure. By 4, 5, 7, 11. By field, by 1 and 7. By 1, 2, 8 and 9. And he's depending or putting all of that play onto the last one, number 7. Nothing else matters. On to race number 4 now, everybody. Let's get into the action. This is the opening leg of the jackpot. It's a maiden plate. It's over 1,200 meters. Market has got in the 4th race. Just to bring you up to speed whilst we do this on the Monday morning and just refresh the page. And action number 5 on the card. That's 28-10 favourite. 7 Dreamland, second choice at 4-1. Number 11 Scampton is 4-1. Joint seconds. The 4 Raven Black is 9-2. And double figures about everything else. So from a market perspective, there are only 4 runners. You agree with that?
Yeah, I do. Nice little race, Clyde. I think there's a few that have ability and can go on with it. And action, fair debut. He was staying on in the latter stages. Didn't quite trouble the judge, but open to plenty improvement. A few concerns about that form line. The winner on that occasion was Real Relief, trained by Brett Crawford. He'll have a line through Real Relief with regards to the chances of number 4, Raven Black. Now, in the front of the computer form, there is a comment because he's returning from a lengthy layoff. And the word is he's working well, may just need the run. But the fact that he's working well should give you some confidence. This horse has been backed off the boards on both occasions and been off the track now for 8 months. He's obviously got ability and he's better than what he's shown on course.
And the stable's well at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scampton, number 11, Clyde. Let's see what's the one in the first race? Vivacious Vicky goes, because he represents that form line. If he wins, this horse must be a major player, because then there's 2 winners from that form line in Vivacious Vicky and Open Highway. So, fair enough debut. The one I'm leaning towards is number 7, Dreamland. Now, I was very impressed with his debut.
Yeah.
And then in his second start, he was dropped in from a poor draw. Didn't quite get into that race. He stayed on in the latter stages, but he was beaten by quite some distance. You know why I like him? He's coming back to the 1200 and the blinkers go on, Clyde. So I'm willing to give him another chance. I think those four will certainly dominate.
And that form line, the French Impact come from there.
That's right, yeah. And that winner's a very nice horse.
Keegan, who rode it last time? Because I see Keegan's got the ride now. Last time was?
Cabello.
Okay. All right, so maybe it's Dreamland. Let's have a look. Here's the play for this, the running of race number 4, 4, 5, 7, 11 by field, by 1 and 7, by 1, 2, 8, 9. And that's a jackpot that'll cost you 576 Rand. Okay, let's get on to race number 5 on the card. A reminder about our social media opportunities. They're on the screen for you and available for you as to what you would prefer. And it's always there. So, whenever you're ready, please join us at any given time. Race number 5 has got some mothers to the favourite, the 8 horse at 9 to 2. But Daryl, this is a tough one because it's 5, 9 to 2, 5 to 1 the field. These horses have come in against each other. They've matched and tried each other. So, I don't know where you draw the line in a race like this. Where do you draw? You got the field, haven't you? One of your pairs.
Up at the field.
Yeah,
I haven't.
I don't
drawn the
blame
line.
you. I
Yeah.
don't blame you.
Yeah, Clyde. I don't know what to say.
Have we had enough of Iron Tail? Have we had enough of that?
I don't think he saw at the mile last time, but he was. Beaten 25 lengths, and we know he's always had his issues. See how he moves down to the start. He could certainly bounce back, Clyde. The reserve in the race is your favourite horse, Power Ranger. Hey?
Yes.
Give him a chance or not?
Yeah,
If he gets in, I like that he's coming back in trip because he over-raced last time out. So he's always got a money chance, Clyde. Timbavati River, number 16. Now, have a look at him. He's got no weight to shoulder. He goes well over the course in distance. I think the soft 1450 wasn't quite right for him last time out. Quick at 1200. No weight on his back. He'll run a big race. What else can we touch on? Number 10, Clyde. Ramchandani Road. This horse is very, very fit and he shows a tremendous amount of pace. So if you're going to be backing him, you'll get a run for his money. Whether he can hold on or not remains to be seen. But he'll be up there with the pace and capable. Mescal. Now, I don't think he's been lucky in his last 2 starts. He's found interference on both occasions. Marco was actually travelling quite sweet on him last time out, and the gap closed. He had to come around Pierre on let's do it again, or let's do it. And he was finishing strongly. I think he's off a very capable mark, and that stable's in good form. So a very tricky race. I don't know what to say, Clyde.
Yeah.
I've gone field in my exotics.
Can we talk about something else for a minute?
Yes.
Excuse me, because that's field, right?
Yes.
It's field.
Field. And more.
Do you know what's happening with the racing statistics right now around the season where we are? I'm just on the NHRA website. I'm just to get like an update.
When was it updated?
It's now updated this 5th of June. When's the 5th of June? Today, isn't it?
Yes.
At 9:23 a.m.
Okay.
Justin Snaith as a trainer is 17.3 million clear. Well, he's got 17.3 million. And Terry has gone 14.5. Now, I honestly thought, because I think what is Justin Snaith in the 1 to 100?
Yeah.
Or 1 to 50? You can't get on. I mean, you can't get on, right?
No, you can't.
But Terry's only 2.5 million or something like that behind, which I'm shocked. I mean, what I mean is I thought it was a race over. But it's still, you still got the Durban July to come. I mean, you've got the Gold Cup to come. You've got, there are a few races to come. So that's not over by any means of imagination. I didn't realize the owners are in a match race. Drakenstein and Hollywood, there's 100 or 200,000 separating them at the moment.
Sure.
And another one I thought was race over was the jockeys. Well, perhaps it still is. Keegan's on 247 for he's on 215, which is what, 30 odd winners.
No,
Hard
that's
to
overs.
beat, hard to beat.
That's overs.
Is it?
Yeah, that's overs.
Are you sure? Are you
That's
sure? Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Okay. All right, let's get back to racing. Just some interesting information. This is what we're doing in this race for you guys. Have a look at what the information is from the Vaal Racecourse. And Daryl's taking a second jackpot field by 1 and 7, by 1, 2, 8, 9, by banker 7. A couple of nice horses running here in Thunderstone and Rock the Fox. Number 1 on the card is 12 to 10, and number 7, Rock the Fox, is 28 to 10. Those are the two that take each other on. I'm not sure if it goes beyond that. Let me ask Daryl, does it?
Between Thunderstone and Rock the Fox? No, it doesn't.
Rock the Fox doesn't go beyond that.
Stops there.
Stops
There's
there.
a comment in the front of the computer from Rock the Fox, may need the run. Clyde, obviously, she comes into this race with a chance because she's best weighted.
Yes.
Have a look at the ratings. So on ratings, she's the filly to beat or the one to beat.
Yes.
But she's been off the track, and I don't think she's going to be tuned up for this race. So the only thing that can assist her is if Thunderstone runs below par. I've been very impressed with these 2 runs. What was he off for? 4 months.
Yeah.
We all remember his eye-catching return. Very, very unlucky. And then last time out, he set the record straight from a wide draw. He's having his peak run. Okay. I think he's an improving horse, and despite being, what is it? How many pounds out at the weights? 8 plus 6, 14, 7 kilograms out with Rock the Fox. I think he'll get the better of her just based on his racing fitness.
So does it end there? Just tell me it's a plated race.
Ends there.
Daryl, tell me it's a plated race. Best weighted. Just help me with the weights here.
Rock the Fox is 1 kilogram best in, ahead of number 5. Perfect witness.
Yes, that's what worries me.
But what does
That
she...
was what, yeah, but I don't worry about her last run.
She never earned, I don't know. What did she earn a rating over, Clyde?
I don't, further, but I don't know. Pass up. Be careful. All right, cool. Let's have a look at what we're going to do in a race like this. Here's the information. Thunderstone, says Daryl, we're putting our head down. He wants to go with that. Currently, Monday for Roy Magna and Muzayeni, priced up 12 to 10. Race 7 is a middle stakes. It's over 1,000 metres. In this event, you've got number 2, Trompy, tops the boards at 3 to 1 favourite on the Monday. 1 Flower Bomb is at 4 to 1. 7 Big Eyed Girl, 5 to 1. And 8 Smith and Wesson is 5 to 1. 6 to 1 about number 5, Vegas High Rise. And it's double figures about the others. I really hope that Flower Bomb comes to form for Cornet. I mean, he's a top trainer, and his father, Turby, and get along. I think they've had the spell for a while now. I mean, it's not like them. They're.
I know how they feel because I've also had a little bit of a tough time. So, yeah, haven't had the best of form.
You're not the big winners.
But yes, Clyde, have a look at the ratings now. You know, this is a middle stakes.
Yes.
So the weights actually favour the fairest sex of here. Midnight Gem and May Queen are best weighted. Ahead of Flower Bomb, Big Eyed Girl. The best weighted of the balance of the Colts and Geldings is Trompy. Now, Trompy, last time out, they backed him as if the result was known. He had every opportunity, and he let the side down. So that has to be a concern. Stable's coming to form on the half altar. So I respect him. And I think he's 2.5 kilograms better off the Smith and Weston, who's in cracking form. But if you give Trompy a chance, Clyde, Super Agra, how are you ignoring his chances? So, yeah, all 3 have to go into the play. Now, Flower Bomb, I actually think this filly is a 5 furlong filly. I think she's best. She's won 3 races to date. All of them have been on over the 1,000 meters. Last time out, she moved up with a ton of running under her, and she just got nabbed on the line by Joey Somers in the beginning. She gave her 6.5 kilograms, if I'm not mistaken. But she needs to be held up and produced at the right time. You can see Chase has ridden her. He's actually won on her in the past. Let's hope she can crack the ice for for Pierre, for, what's it, Cornet. Because
over the 1,000, she beat Me Kiss Me Captain. She beat Sheldon over the 1,000. So
she's very good, Clyde.
She is, yeah.
If you back her, close your eyes when she moves down to the start.
Yeah.
You don't want to see her.
Well, listen, with regards to Trompy, if that horse Thunderstone, who was in the previous race, if it's won, well, then Trompy was just a half a length behind Thunderstone, so that form may well be followed up again. So watch out for that. Here's our play for this race. Take a look at what we intend on doing. We take it exact as we're boxing those runners 1, 2, 8, and 9. 8th and final, welcome back. It's a handicap over the 1,800 metres at 75 level. In this race, there are 12 of them that go to the gate. From a market perspective, I can tell you that Daryl Marie's Nothing Else Matters, number 7 on the card, that he's been talking about for most of the day, is trading at 9-2. Joints with number 3, Over to You, who ran just the other day. Fair sort of race, moved up down the middle like it was going to go through with it, but it just didn't finish the race off.
Yeah, that form update is he ran 4th, beaten a length and a half by Mambo Camtesio.
Yeah. So Daryl, tell me why you're so big on this horse, Nothing Else Matters?
You have to watch his replay in his last start, Clyde. Now, there were a few equipment changes when he made his debut on the half veld. They took the blinkers off, took the tongue tie off. They raced him over 1450, which is a distance way short of his best. And he put up a cracker. I thought the only thing that beat him on that occasion was speed. And now that he's gained the extra 350 odd meters, strip fitter, I think if he's come on from that start, I can't believe his price. I think he's going to take a power beating.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's certainly the one to beat. The danger, many people are going to say number 4, Total Surrender, beats a very poor field, and that he did. But he's unexposed of this distance. You know, he's related to second base, so he's going to love the extra 400 meters. I just don't think he's quite there yet. He won last time out because of the lack of opposition. But he's going to go on with it. He's going to win his races. I think the danger could be number 9, The Chosen One. Now, last time out, he was having his first start as a gelding. Never quite got into the race. Another one that's unexposed of this distance. And he's really come down in the ratings. So for me, I'm going to go 7 from 9. But I'm all in with number 7, Nothing Else Matters. I think at his current odds, he's certainly worth a nibble, Clyde.
Okay, well, the current odds are 9-2 thereabouts on the Monday. And just having a look at the replay, the horse does start to run on and does close in quite a bit in that last start, just having a look at it whilst we're talking about it. So maybe take some time and go and watch the run as well. All right, guys, here's our play. Final reminder, we'll put it in writing for you. Nothing Else Matters to wrap up the last here at the Vaal.